Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're taking a deep dive into some of the most hilarious, emotional, and unforgettable moments from Friends. This isn't just a sitcom, it's one of the most beloved television shows ever created. Even decades after it first aired, millions of people still watch it, quote it, and debate its biggest moments. And honestly, these episodes perfectly show why Friends became a cultural phenomenon. Let's begin with one of the funniest friendship moments in the series. Ross accidentally reveals one of his private fantasies to Rachel. During a conversation about fantasies, he admits that Princess Leia in her famous gold bikini from Star Wars was one of his biggest childhood crushes. Rachel finds it amusing and naturally shares the information with Phoebe. What Ross thought was a private relationship moment suddenly becomes public knowledge among friends, leading to some incredibly awkward conversations. The entire situation highlights one of the show's strengths, taking everyday relationship situations and turning them into comedy gold. Meanwhile, Chandler and Joey prove once again why they're one of television's greatest comedy duos. What starts as a simple disagreement over a chair turns into a full-scale war. Neither one wants to give up the chair, and things escalate quickly. Joey removes the cushions. Chandler hides Joey's belongings. Joey steals Chandler's underwear. Then comes the legendary revenge. Joey walks into the apartment wearing almost every piece of Chandler's clothing at the same time. The oversized shirts, the multiple pairs of pants, the ridiculous confidence, and of course, the iconic line, "Could I be wearing any more clothes?" It's one of those scenes that perfectly captures Joey and Chandler's friendship. They're constantly annoying each other, but at the end of the day, they're inseparable. While the guys are busy fighting over furniture, Monica is dealing with heartbreak. After her relationship with Richard ends, Monica throws herself into a new obsession: making jam. At first it seems like a harmless hobby, but soon she's waking up before sunrise, buying fruit in bulk, and producing jars of jam non-stop. The funny part is that Monica believes making jam will somehow help her move on emotionally. Eventually she realizes the jam isn't the solution. What she truly wants is something bigger: a family, children, a future. It's a surprisingly emotional storyline hidden beneath all the comedy, and it gives us another glimpse into Monica's deeper character motivations. Speaking of emotional moments, we have to talk about one of the most famous storylines in television history: Ross and Rachel. At this point in the series, Rachel is finally building a career she genuinely loves. For the first time, she's pursuing her dream of working in fashion. Ross should be happy, but instead, he becomes increasingly insecure. Rachel's demanding schedule means less time together, and Ross begins worrying about her co-worker Mark. The tension continues to build until it finally explodes during a massive argument. Rachel feels unsupported. Ross feels ignored. Neither one feels understood. And then Rachel says the words that change everything: "Maybe we should take a break." What follows becomes one of the most debated moments in TV history. Ross interprets the break as a breakup. Rachel sees it as time apart. Those two interpretations lead to completely different expectations. Later that same night, Ross makes a decision that changes the course of their relationship forever. The next day, when Rachel discovers what happened, the emotional fallout is devastating. The arguments, the heartbreak, the betrayal, the confusion, and eventually, the phrase that Friends fans still debate decades later: "We were on a break." Even today, people continue arguing about who was right and who was wrong. Was Ross technically single? Did Rachel have every right to be upset? The fact that fans still discuss it proves how powerful the storyline was. Now let's move to something a little lighter: the annual Geller family football game. What sounds like a friendly Thanksgiving tradition quickly becomes an all-out competition. Ross and Monica are determined to prove who was the better athlete growing up. Neither sibling is willing to lose. Every play becomes personal. Every point matters. Old rivalries resurface, and suddenly Thanksgiving turns into a championship game. The episode is packed with hilarious moments and remains one of the most beloved holiday episodes in Friends history. Another unforgettable storyline involves Joey and Chandler becoming proud pet owners. They bring home a baby chick and later a duck. At first it seems like a fun idea, but very quickly they start behaving like exhausted parents. They argue about responsibilities, they worry about the animals, they lose sleep, they blame each other forever.